Formosa, the jewel in the ocean. Lying quietly in the northwestern Pacific Ocean, Taiwan resembles a drifting leaf amid the sea and sky. Spanning just 36,000 square kilometers, smaller than some provinces in Vietnam, it is home to nearly 24 million people. When Portuguese explorers passed by centuries ago, they named it Ilha Formosa, the beautiful island. And indeed, with its subtropical climate, ocean breeze, and year-round temperate weather, this land inspires visitors to exclaim, breathtakingly beautiful. From majestic mountain ranges to coastlines that ripple like silk, Taiwan's landscape is rich and vibrant. The island's center is dominated by the soaring central mountain range, where Jade Mountain, East Asia's highest peak, stands tall, often shrouded in mist or covered in snow during winter, painting a dreamlike, watercolor-like scene. To the east lie towering cliffs that meet the sea, such as the famed Taroko Gorge carved from marble. In contrast, the west hosts fertile plains, densely populated and full of life. But Taiwan offers more than just mountains, forests, and ocean views. It's also a land of bustling cities, where tradition dances side by side with innovation. Ancient red-roofed temples sit humbly beneath skyscrapers, while night markets burst to life with the scent of sizzling street food and the rhythm of everyday voices. Its waters are pristine, and its ecosystems thrive, from dolphins leaping off the coast of the East China Sea to rare birds sheltered in national parks like Alishan and Kenting. Taiwan is a land both wild and refined, familiar yet full of wonder. And that's only the beginning of our journey. Stay with us as we explore how this small island has become a global tech power, a top tourist destination, and a symbol of resilience and determination, forged in the fire of history and the winds of geopolitics. Together, we'll go deeper, from geography to history, from people to culture, from vibrant night markets to misty valleys at dawn, to understand why Taiwan isn't just a dot on the map. It is a captivating world unto itself, brimming with inspiration. From modern metropolises to living heritage. Taipei, the bustling capital, along with other major cities like Kaohsiung, Taichung, and New Taipei, forms a vibrant urban network that pulses with innovation and progress. But nestled between soaring skyscrapers are ancient temples, time-worn alleyways, and historic sites that echo the soul of a culture deeply rooted in tradition. Taiwan is not just modern, it is a living archive of memory. Strolling through stone-paved lanes, you might stumble upon a quiet Taoist temple tucked behind a bustling shopping district, or an old courtyard house silently guarding stories of a bygone era. Every street corner and moss-covered wall seems to whisper tales of emperors past, of communities that once thrived and built the foundations of today's Taiwan. From crimson-roofed Taoist shrines and sweeping Chinese-style architecture to remnants of Japanese colonial buildings, these historical layers coexist in harmony, painting a rich, multi-dimensional portrait of the island's past. And these cultural relics aren't forgotten. They are honored and preserved, woven into the fabric of daily life. A high rise may rise, but beside it, the temple still stands with incense smoke curling into the sky. A reminder that past and present can walk hand in hand, not in conflict, but in unity. A heroic history, from imperial rule to modern democracy. The history of Taiwan is a sweeping epic spanning centuries, each patch of land bearing the footsteps of countless generations, and every wave whispering of power, struggles, and resilience. It began with the island's first peoples. Archaeological evidence shows that Taiwan has been inhabited by Austronesian indigenous tribes for over 8,000 years. These original inhabitants lived off the land and sea, hunting, fishing, and gathering. Many of their descendants remain today in groups like the Amis, Paiwan, and Atayal. Then came the Europeans. In the 17th century, Western colonial powers turned their eyes toward this beautiful island. The Dutch established forts in the south, followed by the Spanish, who seized parts of the north. After a series of fierce clashes, the Dutch expelled the Spanish and briefly became the dominant foreign power on the island. The rise of KOXINGA, a loyalist to the fallen Ming dynasty. In 1662, Ming loyalist Zheng Chenggong, known in the West as KOXINGA, crossed the Taiwan Strait from Fujian, defeated the Dutch, and established a Chinese-style government on the island. This marked the first significant Han-Chinese political presence on Taiwan, setting the stage for the island's Sinicization. Under Qing rule. In 1683, the Qing dynasty defeated Zheng's forces and formally annexed Taiwan. Yet it wasn't until 1885 that Taiwan was officially declared a province of the Qing Empire. But peace would be short-lived. Colonial era under Japan, 1895 to 1945. Following China's defeat in the First Sino-Japanese War, the Qing government was forced to cede Taiwan to Japan under the Treaty of Shimonoseki. For the next 50 years, Japan governed the island, introducing sweeping changes in infrastructure, education, and administration, many of which still influence Taiwanese society today. The Republic of China takes over Taiwan. After Japan's defeat in World War II in 1945, Taiwan was handed over to the Republic of China, ROC. But another major political storm was brewing. The Chinese Civil War between the nationalist Kuomintang, KMT, and the Communist Party raged from 1945 to 1949, ending with Mao Zedong's victory and the founding of the People's Republic of China, PRC. The ROC retreats to Taiwan, and the sovereignty question begins. In 1949, the nationalist government fled to Taiwan, relocating the entire state apparatus of the Republic of China to the island. Since then, two rival governments have claimed to represent China. PRC, People's Republic of China, controls mainland China, recognized by most of the world today. ROC, Republic of China, governs Taiwan, but with dwindling diplomatic recognition. Sovereignty dispute, a global geopolitical flashpoint. The PRC insists that Taiwan is an inseparable part of its territory. Meanwhile, Taiwan has steadily built a distinct identity with its own democratic government, economy, culture, and legal systems. In practice, Taiwan functions fully as a sovereign nation. Although Taiwan has not officially declared independence, the majority of its people no longer see themselves as simply Chinese. Recent surveys show that over 60% of Taiwanese identify as Taiwanese rather than Chinese. A thriving democracy in the heart of Asia. Since the 1990s, Taiwan has undergone significant political reforms. It is now regarded as one of the most progressive democracies in the region. Its presidents are elected through popular vote. Citizens enjoy full civil liberties, and civic engagement is vibrant. Taiwan has become a model for open, free societies, enduring pressure, but rising with pride. Despite facing constant pressure from one of the world's most powerful nations, Taiwan has never backed down. It does not choose conflict. It chooses progress. It does not speak loudly, but it speaks with strength, built on determination, innovation, and unity. Taiwan's economic miracle, the Asian dragon. If you looked at Taiwan in the 1950s, a small island with scarce natural resources, a large population, and infrastructure ravaged by war, you would never have guessed that within a few decades, it would rise to become one of Asia's most dynamic economies, from ruins to a miracle. In the 1960s, Taiwan launched sweeping economic reforms. The government prioritized export-driven manufacturing, starting with light industries such as textiles, plastics, and footwear. From a purely agricultural economy, Taiwan transformed into a global manufacturing hub. But what made Taiwan different was this. They didn't stop at low-cost goods, the leap toward high-tech industry. From the 1980s onward, Taiwan doubled down on education, research, and technological innovation. The government established high-tech industrial zones like the Hsinchu Science Park, often called the Silicon Valley of Asia. It became the cradle for world-class tech giants, none more iconic than TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. TSMC, the silent titan of global tech. TSMC isn't just a company, it's the linchpin of the modern technological world. Over 90% of the world's most advanced microchips, powering smartphones, electric vehicles, satellites, and even military defense systems, are manufactured in Taiwan. With a market value exceeding $500 billion, TSMC is not just a Taiwanese success story. It is the beating heart of global innovation. Exports, the lifeblood of Taiwan's economy. Exports account for roughly 70% of Taiwan's GDP. Besides semiconductors, Taiwan also exports machinery, electronics, bicycles, chemicals, and textiles. Brands like Giant Bicycles, Acer, and Asus are recognized globally. Smart agriculture, small in size, big in efficiency. Though agriculture plays a smaller role in the economy, Taiwan has turned it into a showcase of technological prowess. With sensors, AI, and data-driven farming, even tiny plots of land are managed with stunning efficiency. Tourism and services, the experience economy. Before the pandemic, Taiwan welcomed millions of international tourists each year, drawn by its blend of nature, cuisine, culture, and warm hospitality. Medical, tourism, and international education are also growing, making services a rising economic pillar. By the numbers, GDP in 2021, $785.6 billion USD, ranked 22nd globally. GDP per capita, over 33,000 USD, comparable to Western Europe. Foreign exchange reserves, among the top 5 globally. Economic freedom and competitiveness, among the highest in Asia. Brains, discipline, and vision, the true drivers of growth. Taiwan doesn't have oil. It doesn't have massive mineral wealth. But it has something far more powerful. Its people. A society that values education, invests in skills, encourages innovation, and continually strives for excellence. That's what turned this island from a forgotten outpost into an economic symbol of Asia. Transportation and infrastructure, where modernity becomes the standard. Step foot in Taiwan, and you might be surprised, not by the size of the cities, but by how everything just works. From the moment you land at a sleek international airport, to gliding on a bullet train or tapping into free public Wi-Fi, Taiwan's infrastructure quietly dazzles with its efficiency. Taiwan High-Speed Rail, THSR, is the pride of the island, connecting the northern capital Taipei to southern Kaohsiung in just 90 minutes over 350 kilometers. The trains are quiet, fast, incredibly punctual, and offer service on par with Japan or South Korea. Metro systems in cities like Taipei, Taichung, and Kaohsiung are clean, easy to navigate, and impressively well maintained. You won't see litter, pushing, or people ignoring traffic signals. It's a reflection of the Taiwanese people's civic discipline and pride in public space. Free public Wi-Fi blankets the entire country, from airports and train stations to public parks and neighborhood cafes. With just a phone and a few taps, locals and visitors alike can connect seamlessly. Whether they're in a mountain town or a bustling urban district, urban infrastructure is smartly planned, with tightly integrated systems across roads, rail, ports, and airports. Even public bathrooms and bus stations are clean, well-lit, and thoughtfully designed. Taiwan doesn't just build to function, they build to elevate quality of life. What's even more impressive is the human-centric urban design. Everywhere you go, you'll find tree-lined walkways, wide bike lanes, disability-accessible paths, and public spaces meant for gathering, not just passing through. Taiwan thinks not just for today, but for generations to come. People and culture, preserving identity in a modern world. In many places, rapid globalization has swept away cultural roots. But in Taiwan, there's something deeply admirable about how people embrace the world, while still holding on to their soul. Traditional festivals like Lunar New Year, Lantern Festival, Dragon Boat Festival, and Mid-Autumn Festival aren't just celebrated, they're lived. The ceremonies, foods, and community spirit aren't relics. They're part of everyday Taiwanese life. Family remains the foundation. In Taiwanese culture, respect for elders and filial piety are not just values. They're woven into daily living. Despite younger generations being tech-savvy, globally minded, and career-driven, the family bond remains strong. Mandarin Chinese is the official language, but Taiwan also works to preserve indigenous Austronesian languages. Many schools offer bilingual education, and government initiatives support teaching young people about their cultural heritage. Taiwanese culture is a unique fusion, drawing from Chinese roots, Japanese influence during the colonial period, and its own native traditions. The result? A distinct identity that shows in calligraphy, temple architecture, local cuisine, and a worldview rooted in harmony with nature. And perhaps what stands out most is the warmth and openness of the people. Taiwanese are known for their kindness, hospitality, and quiet pride. They're proud of their country, not in an aggressive way, but in a way that makes you feel welcome. It's no wonder that once someone visits Taiwan, they almost always want to come back. Culinary paradise, the food Republic of Asia. If you're a foodie, then congratulations. You've just arrived in the kingdom of aroma, flavor, and endless culinary creativity. In Taiwan, food isn't just sustenance. It's a way of life, a cultural expression, and a language spoken by everyone. From humble street snacks to high-end gourmet experiences, every dish tells a story, a flavorful slice of Taiwanese heritage. Bubble milk tea, the national obsession, isn't just a drink. It's a full-blown experience. You get to choose the sweetness, ice level, tea base, toppings, and even aroma. What started in a small shop in Taichung has now become a global phenomenon. Taiwanese beef noodle soup is so beloved that the country holds international beef noodle festivals. With its chewy noodles, savory broth, and melt-in-your-mouth beef, it's a dish that comforts both body and soul. Iron eggs, a uniquely Taiwanese delicacy, are slow-cooked for hours in soy sauce until they turn dark, chewy, and packed with flavor. An acquired taste? Maybe. Addictive? Definitely. Night markets? The beating heart of street food. Night markets in Taiwan aren't just about food. They're an explosion of senses. Visit Shilin, Raohe, Famjia, or Liuhe, and you'll be immersed in a world of neon lights, sizzling grills, and mouth-watering aromas. Stinky tofu, the ultimate love-it-or-hate-it snack, infamous yet irresistible, grilled skewers, crispy fried chicken thigh, and giant squid, oyster omelets, stir-fried rice noodles, Taiwanese sausages, and hundreds of flavorful bites. Taiwan's night markets feel like a daily food carnival, lively, noisy, delicious, and unforgettable. A place where food becomes a universal language that brings people together. Unique things found only in Taiwan. Taiwan isn't just beautiful and delicious, it's also delightfully unique. Here are a few things that make it stand out from anywhere else in the world. Taipei 101, once the tallest building in the world, 2004 to 2010. Taipei 101 is a national icon of growth and ambition. Inspired by the shape of a bamboo stalk, a symbol of strength and prosperity, it lets you soar to the 89th floor in just 39 seconds via one of the fastest elevators on Earth. Quirky themed restaurants. Where else can you dine inside a Hello Kitty cafe, a mock hospital, or even a jail-themed restaurant? In Taiwan, the dining experience is not just about taste. It's about fantasy, fun, and pure imagination. The National Palace Museum, home to over 700,000 priceless Chinese artifacts, including jade, calligraphy, ancient paintings, and imperial ceramics from the Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasties. It's the largest collection of Chinese cultural treasures outside mainland China and a must-visit for any lover of art or history. Vibrant folk religion and spirituality. Around 80% of Taiwanese people actively participate in traditional spiritual practices. Temples are always busy with prayers, rituals, incense, and festivals. Here, spirituality isn't rigid. It's alive, welcoming, and deeply rooted in everyday life. Baseball, not football, is the true national sport. Taiwan boasts one of the most passionate professional baseball leagues in Asia. Kids learn to swing a bat before they kick a ball, stadiums are packed, and every national victory sparks celebrations as intense as a World Cup win. An island surrounded by ocean, yet filled with stories that reach across the world. Taiwan is not just a place to visit, it's a place to feel. Here, you don't just see, you experience the beauty where modern life meets ancient spirit, the unstoppable momentum of progress, and the gentle yet unshakable soul of a people who stand tall. If this journey inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help T and B History bring more powerful stories to life. See you in the next video, and hey, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss what's coming next.